Hello, we are happy campers because we are losing the sit-me-up and going to the high chair. Show them, Noah. That's not how you sit in it. Sit down in it. We'll figure it out. Okay, well, I was planning on doing this a little bit differently with Noah not in my arms, but he is already fussing. So, I'm going to go ahead and just try to make this right now. So, I am starting with 1/4 of an avocado with breast milk for a thin puree. We're going to do that in an open cup, and then we're going to do another 1/4 of an avocado with no breast milk, but it's going to be a little bit of chunkier texture. Happy. Look, I'm making you food for the first time. Okay, I acted like I've never cut an avocado. Alright, let's go ahead and just do the side without the seed. So I'm just halving it here. Okay, so cut it into half and then I'm quartered it. I'm just going to scoop this out. This is a pretty big avocado, so he will definitely not be eating all of this. Now, we've got that in a bowl. It calls for 2 to 3 tablespoons of breast milk. Noah. Hey. This is a pretty large avocado, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and do, well, we'll see how much we have. 2 and 3. Okay, so that's 3 tablespoons of breast milk. This is freshly pumped. And I'm just going to take a fork and mash it. I probably should have mashed the avocado prior to this. But it's okay. Actually, I have a mixing masher. Maybe that will work better. Yep, that looks pretty good. We'll see how this goes. Don't know if this is going to be a good texture for him to drink out of a cup, but if I need to add a little bit more breast milk, we'll just do that later. Okay, I think that's plenty for now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mash up the next puree to a thick puree where we can spoon feed. Yes, he's hungry. Actually, he probably just wants to be held. And I'm over here putting the next puree in a bowl for him to work with the loaded spoon. Oh. Little spill. That's okay. Alright, let's do the next one. Here. Here. Yeah, you're gonna play. Here. There we go. It's not. There. All right, I'm gonna take this bowl up. And we're going to offer the bigger pieces so he can scoop and scrape. Whoa.
That face.
You're making a face now, huh? Just making sure I didn't know if that was in. So I squeezed it all out. Going to talk a little bit about baby-led weaning. Since we started Noah on the foods today, we finally get to give him food. Yay! I did do recording a little bit before this, just because he was hungry already, and I didn't want to waste time by doing this and then him being hangry to go ahead and eat. So, the first question is, why did you wait so long to feed him? And it's because his adjusted gestational age is 6 months. Even though he's 8 months old right now, what really matters is what his gestational age is, since he was born so early. Why is that important? One, his swallowing. So if he isn't able to have the strength to swallow, he can have increased risk of choking. It's also associated with increased weight gain if you start too early, increased allergies, and GI issues. They also have an inability to break down certain nutrients. And all this is according to Katie Ferraro, who's a nutritionist, and she does a baby-led weaning program, which is what me and Noah are following. Some signs of readiness is decreased tongue thrust, which he's had, that for a while. His ability to sit independently is his main thing that we had been working on and waiting for. So yes, he did start a little past that 6 months gestational age because we still were not quite sitting somewhat independently. He still has some issues with it, but he no longer face plants, which is you know, kind of more of the sign of sitting up more independently. And then he has been showing interest in food for a while. Sometimes he, you know, would reach and grab it but not really do anything with it, just kind of, you know, hold it. Something, you know, it's hard to tell sometimes. But today during practice, he was definitely interested and knew what to do. It took him a minute because today was not really the best day for him. He was pretty upset. I waited a little bit too long to make his food. He really should have started about an hour after he ate milk before giving them food. So hopefully tonight when we try again, he won't be upset and tired and sleepy. So the first thing I want to talk about is the high chair positioning. So it doesn't matter what chair you get. There is the one that I have is very ergonomic for your baby, but not necessary. So this chair is the Stoke Nomi high chair. I like it because it is lightweight, and for RV living, it's very versatile as far as it can go from infant to almost a grown adult. You will have to do a little bit of changing around in it. But the main thing is that your baby's hips and knees are at that 90 degree angle, which I'll show when he's sitting in the chair. I do have to add a towel for him to kind of scoot him forward a little bit. But he is able to get at that 90 degree angle that we need for proper sitting in order to help with his swallowing. Hey, yeah, it's okay. But today we started with avocado. So that is Mondays are fruits, Tuesdays are vegetables, Wednesdays are, let's see, starches. Thursdays are proteins, Fridays are allergenic food, and then for the allergenic foods, you do want to do 2 times in the day from Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday to get them used to that allergen. So it's been proven to, you know, if you do an allergen early and often, they're less prone to be allergic to the foods later. So we did start with purees for a few days, but I think maybe, I haven't made my mind up yet, but I think today is going to be like the only day I do purees that are not naturally occurring. But we started with avocado with thin puree, so that's just adding breast milk to the open cup for him to drink out of it. Just to kind of test the waters and see how he does with a thicker substance other than breast milk. The next food that we did give him was a thicker puree of avocado, and that was in a tiny bowl with a preloaded spoon. Then the last food that he got was avocado strips, and that's so he can pick them up by scraping or scooping with his palm, with his hand, and palm it. It's known as a palmar grasp, and then he can eat the bits at the end, just enough to just enough to get that little bite at the end and chew on it. I did give him a little bit of cues today. He was looking at me. He didn't really know like the chewing part of it quite yet, so I did with my mouth, and he started to mimic it really well. Overall, it was a little bit of a frustrating experience. Just thinking, I think if he wasn't so tired, he would have done a lot better, but I'm so proud of him because he really did really well for his first food. He actually ate the food. But after we did the solids, we followed it up with what we tried was an open cup of breast milk for 5 minutes. You're supposed to do that for after each meal, but don't show them the cup until after he's complete because you don't want him distracted. But that's pretty much it.